Good morning, aspiring businesswomen. How are you on this rather glum Saturday morning? I'm quite excited because I've got a day, not to myself, but no child. The other half's just gone out shopping. Win-win, time for me to come on live. I wanted to come on really quickly because I want to talk about the imposter syndrome, but it ties in really nicely with Deborah Wiley's meeting that was held over in Derby yesterday morning, which was about personality profiling. So I wanted to show you my personality, because you clearly can't see what my personality is now. This won't mean much to you, but I want you to look at the graphs and recognise that they're quite similar. So if you can see the columns, there's D, I, S and C on each graph, and in each column my D and my I are above this line. So that means that this is my dominant personalities, the D and the I, and the S and the C are always below the line. Now, this one is my public personality, this one is my personality when I'm stressed, and this one is my core personality. Now, by looking at all these three graphs, you can see that my personality is similar in all three circumstances, which means that I'm not faking it, really. Well, that's what I interpret it to mean. And Deborah kind of agreed with me. I'm not going to say what a D and an I and an S and a C is because I'm not here to do that. But I wasn't surprised by the results. I can tell you that a D is task orientated and outgoing, and an I is people orientated and outgoing. Whereas the S is people orientated and reserved, and a C is task orientated and reserved. So I am task orientated and outgoing, and people orientated and outgoing. I'm not an extrovert, am I? Who'd have thought? Anyway, so that leads me on to the imposter syndrome. Have you heard of the imposter syndrome? It's something that lots of us suffer from. A lot of, I think it tends to be a female worry, especially when we go into business. And I dare say that many of our members have felt like this. We feel like a fraud. We feel like we have to put on a mask when we go into our work mode. How often have you been asked what you do for a living and you almost feel embarrassed to tell people what you do? And we shouldn't feel like that. We should be proud of what we do. And that's where those personalities come in. Whereas if your public personality is a lot different to your core personality, it might be that you're feeling like you shouldn't be doing what you're doing, or that you're not as qualified as other people to do what you're doing, that you look at your competitors and think, wow, they're so much better than I am. And this is completely wrong. We shouldn't be feeling like this. I'm willing to put money on that men don't often feel like this, and it is our brains playing tricks on us. But why should we feel like that? We feel that we're not good enough, that just all these things, when quite often we're more than qualified, and that we've studied our industry and we're more than qualified to teach it to other people and to give our opinions and express our interests and help others who need the help. And I'm sat here wondering, what other successful female women in this world that's my dog throwing a bone around, might also. I'm wondering if Theresa May sat in number 10 Downing Street, and when she was became Prime Minister, whether she went in and kind of sat in the chair and thought, oh shit, I'm in charge of the country. Does she suffer from imposter syndrome? If Hillary Clinton becomes president, please not Trump, if Hillary Clinton becomes president, is she going to have a moment behind those closed doors and go, oh, I've only got the whole world to sort out now? Is she going to feel inferior? Is she going to feel that she's not worth it? Probably not. Probably not. And I'm going to say that she's got a D personality, that she's very task orientated, that she's very driven to achieve results. That's what the Ds are. So I just wanted to come on and say, if you are feeling like a fraud, don't. Take that mask off. Let people see you for the real you, because that will help your business as well. If people tend to see through people quite a lot, and if you're projecting the image that you aren't confident in what you do, then people aren't going to believe you, people aren't going to trust you, people aren't going to want to do business with you. That's the end story, which then it's like a vicious cycle, isn't it? Because then you feel even more inferior and even less confident in your business because you don't feel like you're being successful. Somebody even said yesterday at the meeting that they feared success, which was a really alien concept to me. And I did ask why, and it was what everything that comes with success. But sure, isn't it, everybody's definition of success is different anyway. So it might be financial success, it might be happiness success, it might be goal success. So you might strive to get 100 new customers in 4 months or something like that. Everybody's definition of success is different. So don't base your success on what other people are doing. You are in this for you. If you aren't happy, perhaps you need to change direction, change your focus maybe, but don't feel like a fraud. If you've studied and you know that you're good in your industry, you know that you're as good as your competitors, go out there and show the world, reveal yourself to everybody. Okay, that's my Saturday morning, not a rant, discussion, monologue perhaps. Yeah, that's the one. So now I'm going to go off and do some more productive things with my morning. It's been very productive so far. Had a workout, cleaned the floors, had a shower. It's all rock and roll in this house, let me tell you. Right, I'm going for now. Bye, ladies.